Stage Left Planet promo. And I'm your host, Warita Wimbush. Today's episode is I'm thankful for not being in the virtual world. God delivered me from being in the virtual world back in 2014. My heart was converted. I, one day, was watching Jimmy Swaggart. I had been having a hard time with sleep. And I stayed up late, and cause I had issues with insomnia from time to time. I was up late and I was looking at Sunlight Broadcasting, and I saw, the Jimmy Swagger classic episodes, and I was working, doing some work, and I glanced up. Yeah, because I heard the music playing, and I was like, yeah, that's gospel music right there. That's gospel music. Because I had been hearing like some contemporary music, and I'm like, I even, years later, I even heard this song where this man borrowed the lyrics from Three's Company, talking about come and knock on his door. I said to myself, he done lost his mind, talking about come and knock on his door. But I was listening to Jimmy Swagger. Then I said, you know what? I'm gonna start watching this channel more often because I didn't look at that channel often at all. I was on there that night. And so when I went to it, I went to it the next day and then kept watching it. And then one day I was sitting there and Lauren Larson was saying how God prepared. He said, I prepared everything. Look what all I prepared for you. I prepared everything for you. And I bust out crying. I felt so horrible and I repented. I repented to God for the sins that I had committed, for doubting Him, for not following His ways the way I should have been. And after I did that, I committed my life to God. And it's not been a perfect walk on my part at all, but I've been trying and I have not given up. And that's what matters. That's what counts is that you try and you don't give up. You don't have to start off perfect at all. Just stay focused on God, and God will make you what He intended. God will guide you to be who He intended you to be. He really will. He will guide you to be who He intended you to be. So don't worry about trying to be perfect, especially don't worry about trying to be perfect all the time. Just focus on God. At the time when I was in the virtual world a lot, I used to go on IMView. I still go on IMView periodically. I love fashion design, and so it started off with a way for me to style and design clothing and hair and stuff. It started off like that. Then I met other people on there, and then I eventually created another avatar. Is a male, because when I first started going on IMView was 2009, and even later that year, Michael Jackson had no. It was around the time Michael Jackson. It may have been around the time Michael Jackson passed to go on with the Lord. Might have been around the time he passed away. And so I intended for that avatar to look like Michael Jackson. I had a crush on Michael Jackson since I was 2 years old. And so I intended to style that avatar to look like Michael Jackson. My two friend girls, they and I was chatting with them on IMView. I met them there. And my two friend girls, they helped me style him, right? And he didn't look like Michael Jackson, but he was real handsome. And they would look, they react to him like, "Oh yeah, stop, keep him looking like that. He looks good right there, you know." And I was like, okay. And I noticed other women would try to talk to that avatar, and I was thinking, Ree didn't get that much attention. Riel didn't get that much attention at all. Riel Evangeline. Though, for all intents and purposes, just Evangeline. Cause I made good child. I made come up with the names for these avatars, and eventually, I'll forget them myself and start calling them something else. Like Raymond was supposed to be Michael, and the guy avatar, he was supposed to be Michael Raymond. And it's because I like the name Raymond. I just like the name Raymond. It's masculine, but it's suave. I like it. But anyway, honestly, wow, it's really getting dark. Like it's gonna rain. Anyway, Raymond, I was about to call him Michael. Raymond was interesting because for him I went into character a bit because I didn't want other people to think that that it was a woman talking. So I went into character, and I know, and it was a just different experience, and I was tired of women sending him messages, tired of women trying to talk to him. So I married him and my girl avatar, my woman avatar, Evangeline. I married them too because I'm like, I keep getting these chat invites and messages and stuff, and even when the two avatars are in a public chat room together, women are still sending him chat invites and trying to talk to him, even though the girl avatar is there. And it was just, I'm like, wow, I didn't know women were that aggressive. I'm not. I'm not. I don't even approach guys like talking about it. I really don't. Yeah, I figure if a guy is interested in me, he will say, "Hey, how you doing? My name is whatever my name is. I noticed you, and I'd like to get to know you better. What's your name?" That's what I figure. That's what I figured. But guys want the women to approach them, and they used to women approaching them. But I started being going on IMView a whole lot, going on there a lot. I didn't lose touch with myself, but I also found that I was trying to use it trying to have IMView there as a tool to get away from who I thought I was, who I had been deceived into thinking that I was, who other people said I was, and who, who other people said, derogatorily. Yeah, I said derogatively said that I was, when they were trying to break my break my soul, trying to get away from that person, trying to get away from me, the lies that I thought that people had told me, things I thought were me, even my own hype at times. And then God saved me. He turned it around. He showed me the truth. He showed me the truth. Now, being in the virtual world isn't altogether bad. It's just that you can't let it take over you. You can't let it take over your real life. You can't let it dictate or influence how you interact with the real world and interact with and how you can't let it influence the ways in which you deal with reality, okay? You can't let it replace your reality. If God leads you to be online and to blesses you with friends in the virtual world, and blesses you, even if it's just, you just dealing with your avatar. If God leads you to do that, please pray about this, though. Please pray about this. If God leads you to do that, then do it, okay? Be grateful, thank God. But everything you do, focus on God. Put God. God has to be first in your life. In everything that you do, God has to be first. Okay? Because it's too easy to let yourself get carried away in the theater of your mind. It is too easy to let yourself get carried away in the theater of your mind, especially when you trying to live this life where Satan in his kingdom will attack you and cause all kinds of problems for you, whether they do it directly or whether they work through other people and circumstances. So put God first and focus on God, even when it seems like God isn't there. God is ever there and ever more present. Put God first. I spent a Christmas. I heard it. I put that T at the end. I spent a Christmas with my avatars and their children because at some point, I wanted to get married and I wanted to have lots of children in real life. So my avatars are married to each other and they have lots of children. Most of them adopted, 4 of theirs. How, you wondering? Because they digital? Because I said so. They got the IMView children that you can get from IMView. And I got a lot of them. I got them for my girl avatar. And then I went ahead and decided to have her and Raymond, have Evangeline and Raymond have a boy and girl twins. And, and then my other friend I had on there, she had a guy avatar, but she went and IMView married a actual, we don't really know who we're talking to be honest, unless the persons decide to let us know who they are and we talk to them in real life and stuff or meet up with them. People kind of, there are people on there walking around as anthropomorphic creatures on IMView. I did that too. And I did that too. I had a cute little outfit. It was like she's some kind of cat. And it was pink and blue. It was some cute too. Even the little boots and stuff that went with that outfit was cute. It was super cute. But anyways, it was fun. Fantastic. I wrote that in the article. It was fantastic. But God guided me out of that. God guided me out of it. Because when I got saved, my heart, God led me to Him. And I was watching Jimmy Swaggart. And when my heart got converted, when it truly was like dedicated to God, like truly wholeheartedly, dedicated to God, the desire to go on IMView became less and less. The only time I even go on there now is to style my avatars and create content on IMView. Because I learned how to create content. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. Ooh. Ooh. Second time that I've gotten the hiccups while doing a live here. Anyway, I just really, I saw it. I saw my video freeze up. I saw it do it. I am so thankful to God for bringing me away from that, because even though it was fun to me, it wasn't healthy, because I was avoiding I was avoiding dealing with my reality, the issues I needed to deal with. I was, not my whole reality, but with some aspects of my reality. It was a way of avoidance. It's what it was. And though I learned 3D graphic design, which I really do enjoy, I still enjoy it. Though I learned 3D graphic design, my avatar is fly. Even some of her early clothes that I designed for her, they still look good. And I sketched mine from scratch. I didn't get images of real clothes to make her clothes. Other than I took a picture of a jacket so I could get the denim texture from it. Because it is hard. It is hard to create a denim texture from scratch for a 3D model, because your image has to be high definition, or else it's gonna, because what it does is it's like saran wrap. It wraps around your avatar. And if it's not, or the 3D object, and if it's not enough pixels in the picture, in the image get distorted. And it won't look like how you drew it. It won't look the way it looks when it's two-dimensional. So for denim, that was a task. So I blended my sketches with the denim texture. And I got it pretty good. But I love doing the hair textures, though. I do that. I like doing those hair textures and sketching out like jeans and skirts and tops and dresses. I like doing that too. But I sketch my designs. And so I like doing that. It's fun. I tried with Raymond. he has a few, I designed a few things for Raymond. They look pretty good. I like styling him. It's a challenge because he looks suave and very male, but not over the top. He looks, I won't lie, he looks put together, well, very well put together. Raymond looks very well put together. Evangeline gonna look put together because a lot they're telling her is like me, or a lot. She looks like me at sometimes. I'll have her look like me, so she got to be looking pretty good. She got to be looking pretty good there. But I just wanted to say I'm glad that God delivered me for it. Today is Thanksgiving. My mother passed on to be with the Lord in September. I miss her so very much. I miss her. I miss her. However, I'm glad she is with God, because if she's going to be with anybody, the best is to be with God. She's no longer ill. She's not in pain. She's with God, and that's what we're trying to get. It's where I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get to go to the Lord. So I'm grateful. And I'm grateful that God has been there for me. He loves me. He's my protector. He is my shelter. He is my rock. He is my salvation. He guides me, and I can't thank him enough, because without him, I would have been out of my mind this Thanksgiving. My mother except for when we lived with my grandmother, my mother's, and prior to my dad leaving us, which is why we moved with my grandmother, my mother's the only person I spend Thanksgiving with. She's the only person. Well, God's a part of my family. When it's me, my mama, and my daddy, and me and my mama, and I say me, my mama, and my grandmother, God was a part of our family. He was there for Thanksgiving with us too. And if God wasn't here for me, I would be inconsolable. I wouldn't be able to talk. I wouldn't be able to say anything. I wouldn't want to talk to nobody, see nobody, do nothing. Because I loved my mother so much. I loved her more than me. If I could have, if I could have taken all the pain that she experienced so she wouldn't have had to experience it, I would. And I mean, all the pain of her life from even before I was born. I love her so much. And I'm so grateful to God that she taught me about God, and that I have a relationship with God, and that God loves me. And because I couldn't walk this walk in life without God. There is no way that I could walk this walk in life without God. No way whatsoever. Could I walk this walk? Could I live this life? Ever. I could not be talking to you right now at all without God. I used to have suicidal thoughts when I that ain't even just when I was younger. Even this year, from time to time, even though I'm saved, I would get spiritual attacks with those kind of thoughts. Satan tried to come at me when my mother went on to be with the Lord. He and Satan and his kingdom tried to come at me so fierce till it wasn't funny, and I focused on God so fierce. Evermore, evermore. I focus on God, and I make certain to share the gospel with others, to share God's word with others. I make certain to do that. If you see that little black rectangle right there, see like that's the shadow of my phone. I make certain to focus on God because I don't want anybody to feel like they are unloved and that they are alone, because baby, God is there. God is there. You aren't alone. God is there. You aren't alone. God is there. Focus on God. Focus on God. He will see you through. He will carry you. His arms will be around you. No matter how tough it gets. Focus on God. Don't focus on that virtual world, thinking it's going to take away everything that's wrong. It's not. It's not. It's not. It won't. But God will. God will. God will take away everything. And when I say that, I don't mean He gonna get rid of all your problems and solve all your problems like that. What I mean is, you will find peace in the Lord because He has everything under control. He has everything under control, whether it be good or bad. God will guide you. He will guide you through the storm. He will shield and protect you from the storm. Okay. He will strengthen you. He will try you in the fire. He will comfort you. He will equip you with everything you need to survive in this life. And that will make you strong built in Him. Strong built in Him. To have you where you can have peace and contentment no matter what is going on. Make you strong built, because circumstances and situations can't dictate how we feel, how we are, our mood. We got to have that strength. We got to have that strength that refined, tried in the fire, refinery, to be content, be strong, have peace no matter what. And that peace is God. And we stay focused on Him. Stay focused on Him. This is Stage Left Planet. I'm your host, Warita Winbush. And please, stay focused on God. And this episode is, I'm thankful for not being in the virtual world. God bless you.